Versace was everything, and nobody loves a retro rewind more than I do, and I actually adore Donatella Versace.
Donatella's always honored Gianni's work, season after season, but this year it was definitely a best of hits. The collection itself was all very much a retrospective of his greatest works, and I thought that she honored him in a beautiful way, as any sister should.
It's a reminder of how great a designer Gianni Versace was. People forget that because of his rather tragic death, or his very tragic death. But it reminded me, I'm so old that I used to do previews with Gianni Versace in the Ritz when he did shows in the above the swimming pool. And I remember seeing a lot of those clothes and like, at the time he kind of ripped up the rule book of couture. Couture was a thing for ladies who lunch, rich princesses, but there wasn't really a scene. And I remember when Versace arrived, all of a sudden there were like 400 screaming teenagers outside the Ritz to see Prince and Madonna. And I remember like where did they all come from? It was really the beginning of a new era and it began there. So to go back and see it was touching for me personally.
Going back into the archives and giving the ability to give a new life to a legging, to a catsuit, vintage prints that we had forgotten that we all loved and adored, and shoulders that are bigger than a door frame, I am all about it.
And I think just the richness of his fantasy in making those prints. And I thought Donatella used them very cleverly. Like everyone remarked that his famous Vogue cover print with Cindy Crawford, he made the dress and he put it on Kayak. I mean, all a very simple idea, but very clever, very effective.
Cindy's daughter was wearing the one that had her Vogue cover image all over it, which was so adorable because I think that Cindy's one of the most amazing women in the world, and I think that her daughter on the runway is a really special moment. I loved seeing all of that color. I loved the enthusiasm of the show. I loved the energy of the show. It was a very emotional show for Donatella to put together, certainly as an ode to Gianni, who she certainly loved dearly and still does. We talked about it at the dinner later that night. But what a fantastic moment. And I can't wait for those clothes to get into the store because everybody wants to wear Versace right now again.
The Versace show is a real moment of Milan Fashion Week. It was great to be able to see all those iconic looks come down the runway and tweaked and reinterpreted for today's customer. And a lot of people were saying, this is why I got into fashion. It was for moments like this, and it really was an epic moment.
When the curtain came up and all the supermodels were there, it was a mad dash because it was the Instagram moment of a lifetime. Let me tell you, those girls look amazing. Naomi, Cindy, all of them, fantastic. Those girls have proven that getting older is getting better.
And what will happen next in the house, who knows? One suspects Donatella will take a little bit, step back a bit more, and they'll bring someone in. But I thought it was a brilliant statement.